Are you sick and tired of the wrong people clicking on your ads all the time? I want to show you this. Thousands and thousands of clicks, but only a handful of leads. Has this ever happened to you? Well, did you know on average, Google Ads only convert 4% of the time, which means 96% of the time your ad budget is actually being wasted. But what if I told you there was a simple fix for this? You see, every single word, every single syllable in your headline is either going to attract the right type of people, or it's going to act as a magnet for people who just don't know what they want. And what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to talk you through step by step how to set up headlines so that they pull in the right type of customers and they push away people who are just not ready to do business with you yet. So the first thing we want to do is we want just to confirm that the ad is for them. And you can do this by just putting in your main keyword as the first headline. So if you're an electrician, put electrician. If you're a plumber, just put plumber. If you're a roofer, just put roofer. Now, there's a specific reason why we do this. This is called mirroring, or I like to call it matching the search. And basically what happens is when somebody is scrolling the search results, they want to know that the first ad they see is actually related to what they just searched for. And I'll show you an example of that. My video is titled, the one you're watching now. This video is called "The Wrong People Are Clicking on Your Ads." And when you clicked on the video, the first line I said in this video was, are you sick and tired of the wrong people clicking on your ads all the time? Now, the reason why I said that is to let you know that number one, you're watching the right video, and number two, you feel safe to continue because it feels like it wasn't clickbait. It feels like somebody wasn't tricking you into it. It feels like the video actually matches what you wanted. It's exactly the same with Google Ads. If you don't put your main keyword first, somebody's going to assume that it's not for them. And it's usually the right type of customers that assume it's not for them because, hey, people just don't like to read these days. The second thing that's going to happen is a lot more of the wrong people are going to click on your ads because they're trying to figure out, is this for me or is this not for me? And every single click is going to cost you money. Now, if you have multiple keywords that you're targeting, all you need to do is come over to your headline one. You want to open curly brackets. Now, I know I'm going to say the word of whatever the symbol is wrong. So what I'll do is I'll add it in editing afterwards. But when you open these curly brackets up, you're going to see something that says keyword insertion. And what that basically does when you select the setting over here is whatever keyword triggered your ad to show, it's going to display that keyword. It's a really smart way of making sure that the first keyword or the first headline is always related to the search. And what we're going to do finally is, and this is for if you chose just the plumbing route or if you're using the keyword insertion, what you want to do finally is you want to just pin that over to position 1. So that's the first thing that we've done, and that's the first headline out of the way. All right, so we matched the search with our first headline. The second headline's job is to increase interest. Now, I want you to imagine something. Imagine that you're a plumber and you introduce yourself like this. Hi, I'm a plumber. I'm a local plumber in San Diego. I do plumbing in the San Diego area. That's not how real people talk, and it's certainly not how you're going to explain to somebody that your business is unique. Now, I want you to imagine that you're a plumber again, but this time you introduce yourself like this. Hi, I'm a plumber. I specialize in sewerage pumps, and we've done over $200 million worth of sewerage installations. Or imagine that you're a lawyer and you introduce yourself like this. Hi, I'm a lawyer. I specialize in contractual disputes, and we've done over $2 billion worth of settlements. Do you see what a massive difference that makes? So what you want to do with the second headline is you want to explain why you're different. Because hey, if I'm searching Google and everybody says they're the top lawyer or the top plumber in an area, or everybody says they're the number one electrician, yeah, 4 of you or 3 of you have to be lying. So it was 4. Anyway, numerous people have to be lying. So what you want to do is you want to come up with your unique selling advantage. And I know this is difficult, especially when you're an entrepreneur and especially when you do something boring like accounting, or maybe something like you sell radios, right? You don't know what your unique selling advantage is. And so what I've done is I've made a simple Google Doc. You can go through it. You can literally just fill out all of the prompts, and then you just copy paste the whole thing into ChatGPT, and it's going to come up with your second headline for you. And what I'll do is I'll link that down in the description below. But the main thing that I want you to understand is the second headline is supposed to explain why you're different and pique their interest so the right type of people start clicking on your ad. I can't see anything out of Maria's glasses, by the way. This feels like being drunk. It literally feels like being drunk. All right, so we've got headline 1, we've got headline 2, and now we need to talk about headline 3. And what we want to do with headline 3 is we want to qualify the clicker, right? That's what we want to do. We want to qualify them. Now, when I was working for the dealership, way back when I was selling cars, I would sell about 13 to 16 cars per month on average. And the other salesmen in the dealership would do a lot more test drives than me. They would do a lot more cold calling and also spend a lot more time with clients. But on average, they'd only sell about 8 to 10 cars per month. So I was basically doing double the sales with half the effort. And I'll tell you why that is. It's because I qualified the clients first. So how a normal car deal would work is the salesman would call you, then they'd hope you'd come into the dealership for a free test drive, and then they do the free test drive with you, and usually you like 4 or 5 different cars, so they'd spend all this time test driving with you, and then afterwards you would basically say, I'll think about it, or I'll talk to my wife, and then you'd basically just ghost the salesman. How I got around it was I would call the client and I would ask the client to do finance on the phone first. And I would keep the client away from the dealership as long as possible until I knew their finance was approved, they could easily afford the car. And so when they came into the dealership, it was a slam dunk. I knew they'd be buying the car because there was no financial obstacle other than maybe them not liking the color of the car, but that would be more than easy to sort out because I just show them another car that would be a great color, but my finance was done. Basically what I was doing, and I didn't know this at the time, was I was qualifying the client. Now, here's how this relates to you and your Google ad. When you put in book a free call or free quote or free estimate or speak to us for a free blah, 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 what you're actually doing is you're inviting the entire world that are unqualified to click on your ad, which then costs you money, which then means most of the people coming onto the page either can't afford the service or aren't qualified to work with you, so they end up leaving. So if you know your average estimate or your average quotation is about $20,000, you want to put that in your headline. So you want to say our estimates start at $20,000 upwards. If you're a real estate agent and you know you sell homes and typically the home cost is about $2 million or more, you can say homes from $2 million upwards. If you're a rental agent and you know that where people rent, it usually costs you to work with you, it usually costs about $3,500, you can literally put there, we work with $3,500 apartments upwards. What this is going to do is it's going to dissuade the vast majority of people, especially people who are not qualified, from clicking on your ads. And to show you a real life example of this working, This is one of my clients, Samuel. Now, Samuel has a safari business, and the problem was he was getting a lot of clicks on his ads, but he was getting almost no leads. And all I told Samuel to do was put the price, the minimum price for his safari packages on the ad itself. Not only did it skyrocket his leads, he got about 350 leads versus the normal 16 leads, but also look at this conversion rate. 29% conversion rate. Why? Because only people who could afford those specific packages were clicking on his ad. And that's what I want you to do for headline number 3. By the way, I don't know why the plumber would wear a hat, but we're just going to roll with it for this example. So you know how to write great headlines, but do you know how to write descriptions, and do you know how to write landing page copy that's going to get your clients to say yes to you faster? Now, what I want to do is I want to share this framework with you. It's super cool, okay? This is called my Clicks to Clients framework, and basically it's the 3 things that you always need to say in your ad copy and on your landing page to get more ad conversions. And this is an example of just one training that I have inside my Google Ads programs. And the best thing about it is, if you click on the link below, you'll get access to that specific program that I'm talking about. It's called Profitable PPC. Now, inside there, I've got a whole bunch of templates and checklists that's going to help you easily write better copy. And on top of it, one of our students, Sam, actually took the course, and he said he's never ever had a course that goes that in depth as to writing an ad and writing ad copy. That's how good it is. And I know, you didn't sign up to be a professional copywriter, so I'm going to make it super easy for you. Everything that I share with you in that course, you can just do all of the worksheets and templates with ChatGPT, and you can still get awesome results from your ads. All you need to do, my friend, is click on the link in the description below. You'll see a whole bunch of reviews, and you can decide if it's for you or not. Last but not least, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Tell me what's been the most valuable for you down in the comment section below. And what I also want you to do is check out this video where I talk about how to audit your own ad account in less than 10 minutes. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.